when you look at the cost of a data center, if you're using, I would say, an air cooling data center, you have what we call, and just what I just mentioned, what we call the upfront sizing. From this upfront sizing is the complete infrastructures, as well as, I would say, a building, which have been sized based on the capacity of the data center itself. To give you an idea, if you want to do a 500 kilowatts data center, that means 115 racks. That means 270 square meters. If you want to do the same thing within immersion 4 technology, you will basically run a 1.3 megawatts within 30 square meters. So we change completely the paradigm. We have, I would say, the ratio on terms of real estate changing from 1 to 6, and in terms of cooling energy, we talk about 98% savings. Now, going back, I would say, to the way it is spent. If you talk about CapEx, there is no initial CapEx on an immersion 4 data center. Our technology has been designed in order to be what we call build as you pay as you grow. As much as you need capacity, as much as you need, I would say, enclosures from immersion 4, and you put more of your appliances directly in the oil, and you continue to collect the energy. That's number one. Number two, if you really look at, I would say, what is the cost in terms of OPEX, you have the OPEX of the, I would say, for the cooling system, but you have also, I would say, the OPEX of the IT load. That is where I would say the trigger is. If you really look what is in fact, I would say, the OPEX spending and the CAPEX spending within the data center, CAPEX-wise meaning you have a data center where on a traditional air and water cooling the IT load represent 40% of the whole cost of the data center, and 60% is the data center infrastructures. If you look at immersion 4, well, 80% is the IT load, 20% is the data center. So basically, you spend your money for what matters.